Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pillars.
This elder of
Oh, he's talking.
He may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search for Persock is just as important as what I find.
Exactly.
Is that right? And what if you return empty-handed, eh?
I never return empty-handed.
Wow, she meant that. Anyway, as I was trying to say before I was interrupted, this is Pillars of Eternity, episode 354. I'm IVATOPIA, and we left off last time when we were having a chat with her stuff.
I'm ready.
So let's carry that on. Boom.
Need something?
We went down this route, and I can't remember because I got into a little story about Morrowind and Oblivion. Then I got interrupted with some noises and stuff, so I had to have a break, and then it kind of lost track of my story, so I forgot if we actually read what she said here. So we're just going to go back over and get a quick read run. And if I remember as I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, I already read this, but we'll see. It wasn't that long anyway, I don't believe, so. Eyes glimmer with divine, da-da-da. I was wondering about your order, the Brotherhood of the Five Sons. Pilgrim nods softly. Back in the Republic, we call it the Feminine Mishkanensels. Oh, I remember doing that thing, because that was butchered out like hell. The Five Sons are the... Yeah, I remember reading that bit. Did we read it all, though? Oh, I got here now and let's talk about something else, so I had all this, so I may not have read this stuff. Okay. The Duke's bells keep the Republics moving forward, keep us at the forefront of trade and technology, keep us strong against our rivals. We brothers are sworn to aid and protect them for the good of the Republicans and their citizens. Okay, nice. You say brothers, but basically he's going to be, but you're a female, isn't it? It's literally what he's getting at. But my breastplate bulges in the wrong spot. She cracks a small grin. I may look like a woman and sound like a woman, but according to the Republic's law, I am not. Huh? Okay, I'm assuming that means if you're part of the Republic Army, you're all brothers. Is that what you're getting at? Or her race just... I'll let her go with it. Let's see what happens. What they call godlike people like me, we can never bear children. Oh, so even though you're a female, your race can't have children, so they class you as a brother. That's a little insulting, but okay. So we can't be real women. Oh, yeah, that's definitely insulting. Just because you can't have a kid doesn't make you not a real woman if you're born as a woman. For what that's worth, most women in republics, if they can't bear children, it's like the sun has set on their lives. Well, you went to the army, I guess. But what it was worth to me, freedom. The Brotherhood has a probation against women entering, but I was allowed. Many resent the decision, but I learned long ago not to care. Oh, okay, so basically the Brotherhood's like, we're part of the Brotherhood. That's why we're all brothers. There's no females here. We don't let females in. We don't let women in. Okay, let's change it to women. And she's like, well, under our laws, I'm barren. I can't have a child. So I'm not a woman. And they're like, you got us in technicality by our own laws. Okay, you can join. But we'll call you brother from now on, though. I'm fine being a brother because if you're my brother. That's basically what's happened, hasn't it? And the others, well, she's a woman. But then it's like, yeah, but she can't have a kid. And obviously, by our laws, means she's not a woman because she can't have a kid. You got us there. I don't like it, but you've got us there. That's the gist of what's going on, isn't it? When she's just as much of a woman with a kid or not. But whatever. I was allowed, many resented the decision, but I learned long ago not to care. I wanted to ask you something else about the Brotherhood. Paladin nods sharply. How does that work with 5 dukes? They can't agree all the time. She throws her head back and laughs. Ha 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 ha! Of course not. They argue endlessly in the Sangret Douglas. The Brotherhood is forbidden to take sides in their debates. Not that I'd want to. I'd rather risk life and limb fighting the Republicans' eminence than listen to the droning lectures of the Ducal Congress. Our loyalty is not to individual dukes, the ducks, but to the ducks as a whole, to their collective will and resolutions. We follow the mandate of the Ducal Congress. The individual dukes direct us, but they have an understanding of how we are not to be used. I wanted to ask you something else about the Brotherhood. I want to ask you, okay. What's so great about the Valadin Republicans? Long ago, the Grand Empire of Valar thrived as the Empire collapsed into the warring states of the Old Valar. Much of the old culture was lost. The old Valians see gradu in the acts of their forebears and believe it elevates them. They are tired people from a fading time. There was once beauty in the great cities of the Empire, but there are few alive today who ever saw it. The Valyrian republics are a rebirth of the Grand Valar culture, but we are more than just that. While old Valinir of Valar was content to look ever backward, The republics will shape the future and keep spinning forward, always spinning forward and forward before they fall over. To ask you something else, when did you become a brother? I joined the order when I was very young, only 6. I wasn't expecting 6, I was thinking like 16, 18. 6? I did not pass my final exam until I was 20. So you've been trying since you're 6, and you passed when 20. That's a little bit better. I was thinking like you're 6. How do you know what you really want? When you get old enough, it's like, I don't want this life. But she was trying for 6, and then she finally passed when she was 20. So unless they refused to let her leave, she had plenty of years to work out just what she wanted to do. So yeah, that's fine then. It's not something I ever expected to happen. Pirates attacked the town where my family lived. It was not uncommon when I was young. They were more of a nuisance than a real threat, but they were persistent enough that the Duke of Uzia saw fit to send the Famars to deal with the threat. I was Ahmad. Basically, I think it's trying to say she's envious of them or something, with the idea of being one of them. I didn't even know what it meant to serve a country then. I didn't really even know what the Republicans were. I was just a little girl. Oh, so basically when she's 6, they kept attacking her. She's like, oh my god, they're so amazing. I would love to grow up and be one of them. It's like when you look at me, I want to grow up and be an astronaut. I want to grow up and be a paleontologist. It's that sort of thing, isn't it? Or I guess of some people, I would grow up and be a superhero, like something I never wanted to do when I was younger. Simple reason, I read Spidey when I was younger. And obviously I knew with Spidey with great power comes great responsibility. And I knew having my family in danger and all this stuff when I was growing up, I wouldn't be able to handle it. And reading this, Peter Parker and stuff, was like, it's so amazing he can handle it, and even then he's almost fallen apart. He's got the strength to pull this off. I wouldn't. And that's before, obviously, when you get older and you're like, oh, wait a minute, I obviously can't actually do that, even if I wanted to, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I've never wanted to be a superhero for that reason. I'd love to have superpowers, I think like everyone would. I feel if you could only pick one power in the world, I would pick teleportation. So if you could pick up a power, what would you pick and why? Put it in the comments. And the reason I pick teleportation, because I feel it's kind of best of both worlds. I hated when you get up for work and you're like, I'm supposed to get ready. I had to give me 20 minutes to get ready, and then I got to. Normally, I would leave at past. This was back in Britain, and then I could walk all the way there. And I used to have like little cut-off points. Like, as long as I'm here by past, I leave at 20 past. As long as I'm here by past, I can walk. Then I'm here by past. I'm there on time. But it was like, crud, it's 25 past. Rush to get ready. Oh, it's 25 too. Gotta run all those distance now. Always got on time, but generally, literally, is like. 5 seconds and he's like, vote you then. Like everyone else getting like 30 minutes early, 20 minutes early. I'll get there and be down on the shop floor 2 seconds or 5 seconds before I'm supposed to be like this. Well, I'm on time. Used to work for Greg's. So teleportation would have made that so much easier. Would have been got up at like 25 past. Oh, fudge. Oh, well, that's fine. Do my tea, go to the toilet, have something to eat. It's 1:45. You know what? I'm supposed to get changed there, but screw it. I'll put my clothes on here because I'm not going outside. I'll also have my work clothes on to walk just to work because obviously getting them dirty. I can put them on in the house. It's 5:02. Teleport. I'm on the shop floor. I'm even 5 minutes early. When I go home instead of like 30 minutes walking home, it's like I'm home. It saves so much time. And even especially since I come to America. And like when I wanted to visit like Super Tippy before I moved here, you've got to go on a plane. It's like almost like a 10-12 hour flight. Then you've got to stay in an airport generally when you flew over for like 2, 4, 5 hours depending on which flight you have. Then you got about another hour and a half or 2 or 3 hours depending where you're flying to or where they put you. Then you've got to be picked up. Then you've got about an hour journey to get somewhere, and it would be so much easier and save money. Just hey, I'm here. Let go. I'm back. Plus it also gives you the best of both worlds, like flying. Put like a glide suit on, teleport into the air, just drop, glide, and then before you smack the ground, teleport in the air again, glide. You see what I'm saying? That's why I thought teleport was awesome. And if you could have 2 powers, throw invisibility in there, because then you can hear out other people when they're talking behind your back and stuff, because you can just teleport behind them and listen. And like, I knew you were saying that about me. Obviously, what would top that would be mind reading, because then you could do the same thing without even leaving. You have to be close to them to listen. But yeah, 1 power only, not invisibility, teleportation. So again, what would yours be? Put in comments, and why. And if you could have 2 or 3, let's explain why. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, we're talking to Pillar Guy. I've noticed last couple of episodes I've kind of gone on tangents instead of playing. Oh well. I was enamored with the idea. Yeah, we were halfway through that, weren't we? A little girl, but maybe I wanted to be them because I saw how people celebrated them. I saw how people thanked them for what they did. Most of all, I saw how they left this place that felt like a prison to me. So how did you wind up joining? Why, that's wind, isn't it? Wind up joining? Don't think wine and wind spelled the same, but I could be wrong there. I think that's wind. Would it be wine? Because wine is W-I-N-E. Wind. I guess it would, but I'm sure that's wind. I could be wrong here. So how did you wind up joining? My father resented me and my presence when he learned that the Brotherhood accepted my kind, because we are not considered women. He asked if I could be traded in exchange for tax. What the bloody... He owed on his land. Holy fudge. Wow, I'm screenshotting that. I'm going to just tell that to people to figure that one after. Actually, screw that. I'm going to take a split with my phone and I can read that after that one. Wow. Wow. I was not expecting that. Holy fudge. The recruiter believed that having a godlike among the ranks would be prestigious, so he accepted in spite of my physical limitations. Why did your father resent you? Because I was born different, but more than that, because the birth hurt my mother. I left unable to bear more children. She weakly shrugs her shoulders. It was my father traded me to the... It's why my father traded me to the Brotherhood. My mother, she was a different sort, kinder, more forgiving. She did not blame me for being what I was. But when my father looked at me, he saw his family line end. He hated me for it. Wow. I guess that's strange. Would have worked better with the last thing, but I guess we'll go with it. Our lives are strange. There are other ways my father could have dealt with me. He could have killed me at birth. Okay, the whole giving you up for taxes then. I trade you for taxes or killing you. I guess I'll go and trade you for taxes. No one in the village would have thought less of him. Okay, that's wrong, but okay. She shrugs the membranes of her eyes sliding out of her back from beneath her eyelids. Being sold to the Brotherhood turned out to be the better alternative. So basically, she has to have a choice, but then part of her wanted to be part of the Brotherhood anyway, so, you know, she didn't have a choice to do it. She wanted that choice anyway, so I guess it worked out. So that's something else, shall we? Remember golden eyelids left softly nods. How did the people of Valar Republic feel about the godlike? Like with anyone who's different, most people are curious or afraid, and if they're afraid, she shrugs, they get angry. They want to make sense of the world, and people like me can be confusing. And believe me, people are easily confused. Her tone becomes more serious as her voice and gaze drift off. After a long moment, she looks back to you. We all have to protect ourselves, no matter where we are. Being different means always looking over your shoulder, no matter what company you keep. You're one of the godlike, aren't you? Oh my god. What do I say when I play Spellforce 3? My character comes across as an idiot. Generally, my guy in this doesn't. But literally, she's literally been talking about godlike. Like, how many times has she even said it? We just had this full conversation. A lot with Women Republic. I'm sure we mentioned it a couple of times. Debate. Of course, I wasn't going to be able to find them now, am I? Without reading the whole thing again. I'm just going to scan see if I can pull them out. Where is it? I'm sure I got like twice. The recruiter believed that having a godlike among their ranks would be prestigious, so she's told me it's a godlike. Your father resent you. And what did I say to that? So how did you end up joining? So she told me she's a godlike. That's why my father traded me. Family. Any more godlike? And beneath me, eyelid softly. I don't see. I'm sure I said it twice. I can only see it once, but I think she said it twice. But then my extra thing is, you're one of the godlike, aren't you? She's literally told me up here. Okay, sound like an idiot. She has that small laugh. That's why they call me. That's what they call me. So in other words, she's like, I already told you this. That's what they call me. You idiot. That's what she's doing. Yes, I've never met a god, so I don't know what they're like. I can't say why anyone else presumes to understand why I was born this way. So, you could have godlike, but you don't met once, you know what they're like. But try to look in the mirror, because apparently you're godlike, so you must be like a god. I don't know. Where in the Valand Republic are you from? I was born in a fishing pond. That's not a pond, that's a village. Why the hell did I come with pond? You should put in a fishing pond. I can remember. I was born in a fishing village near Big Pep. Her brow furrows. Her golden eyes looking away as she searches for a lost memory. Can't remember the name. She waves her feathered hand. Okay, she got feathers everywhere or something. Looking at this, I guess it's feathers. I wish it was like a tattoo. Apparently she's on her hands too. I may have to bring up the little paper doll version of her and have a look at that in a minute, you know, with the eye, and have a proper look at her. Was only there for a few years. My best memory was leaving the place. Like all the other brothers, I grew up under the awesome bustle. It wasn't easy, but I prefer it to gutting fish. Why are you concerned about the animancy in Defiance Bay? People look at the Republicans as a nation of traders. We do engage in much commercial trade through Defiance Bay, but the greatest value we have found is not written on the ledger line. It's intellectual wealth, the ideas that we exchange. The Dreywood and the Valand Republics are the world's leaders in animancy. If the Dreywood Institute prohibits against research and practice of animancy, it will have serious repercussions for the Valand Republics. Do you see animancy is just something to be traded? Don't you think there are dangers? Yeah, traded. She snorts dismissively. I'm not a scientist, but I believe animancy can benefit us all. There are so many questions to be answered about who we are, why I am the way I am. If we can answer them, maybe we can make life better for everyone. You think there are dangers? Of course it's dangerous, but we who live in the Eastern Reach, we are the children of pioneers. We sort out the danger. She nods her head decisively. That's why all of the best research must happen in the New World. I read that. Let's talk. I'd like to know your opinion on something. Okay, what's this? How do you think okay, we'll rest up next time. We're at 17 minutes, so next episode we'll finish a conversation with her finally, and I'll try not to go on a tangent of other things like I have the last 2 episodes involving her. So anyway, like, subscribe, and that good stuff, and see you next time. I've been awesome. I hope I've been awesome. I hope you think I have. I probably haven't, but anyway. I've been IVATOPIA. I can't get my name right now. I've been IVATOPIA. I've got to go with awesome. I'm thinking of my characters from IWD. You know, the awesomes. Jess Awesome, Zoe Awesome, Ruby Awesome, now Nora Awesome. Ay caramba. Anyway, like, subscribe. You've been awesome. Thank you very much. Have a great, wonderful day. Comments and all that good stuff. And subscribe to the channel. Woohoo! Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.